It was late at night when Alex sat alone in his small, messy bedroom. The rain tapped gently against the window and the lamp on his desk flickered with a pale, tired glow. He reached for an old VHS tape, hesitated for a moment, then slid it into the creaking slot of the television. The screen buzzed to life, heavy static filling the room. His reflection shimmered across the dusty surface, pale eyes wide and nervous. As he adjusted the antenna, shadowy shapes flickered across the screen. Figures, gaunt and pale, with haunted eyes that seemed to pierce the room. He leaned closer, unable to look away, heart pounding. The room felt colder, the rain outside louder, each thunderclap making the walls tremble. The figures on the screen moved strangely, mimicking his gestures with a slight delay. Alex shivered, stepping back, knocking over a pile of VHS tapes. A sudden flash of static made him jerk forward, his reflection distorted and twisted, like someone else was watching from within the screen. He tried to leave the room, but the shadows in the corners seemed to stretch, creeping along the walls. Every step he took was mirrored on the screen, every movement delayed, warped, unnatural. His breathing quickened, panic rising, as if the figures were alive and aware of him. The TV flickered violently, the pale silhouettes leaned closer, and for a brief moment, Alex could see himself on the screen, twisted, eyes hollow, movements delayed and distorted. He fell back onto the floor, knocking over the desk lamp. The room plunged into shadows, pierced only by the flickering, glitching static. Rain pattered relentlessly, mixing with the low, distorted hum from the television. Alex's hands trembled as he reached out to turn it off, but the screen refused to die. The figures were closer now, faces flickering, some with faint, eerie smiles. He pressed the buttons frantically, the static rising to a deafening roar until the figures seemed to almost step out of the screen. One shadowy form reached toward him, long fingers stretching past the edges of the television frame. Alex screamed silently, backing away, hitting the wall. The static burst into red and black flashes, the room spinning in a dizzying cascade of distorted images. For a moment, it was as if he had entered the television itself, trapped among the flickering ghosts of static and shadow. Then, just as suddenly, the room fell silent. The rain softened to a gentle tapping, the flickering lamp steadied, and the television screen returned to dull static. Alex lay on the floor, chest heaving, pale eyes scanning the shadows. He knew it wasn't over. Whatever he had seen would watch again, always waiting in the forgotten corners of the broadcast. He sat up slowly, trembling, the silence pressing against him. The VHS lay discarded, the room messy and cold. Outside, the storm passed, but the feeling of being watched lingered. Alex stared at the static, knowing that the channel would be there the next night, waiting for him, and he couldn't look away.